This terrifying horror story was sent in by a user named Kay. She booked a rideshare, but the car that arrived wasn't from the app. When she got into the car, the driver greeted her by name. Moments later, the phone lost signal. The GPS route veered off into a dark forest, and when she tried to get out, he locked the doors and said, "Don't record this trip. It'll be faster." So he sped off into the darkness, whatever his intentions may be. I think we can all agree there's nothing more terrifying than getting into a stranger's car. But when it comes to ride-sharing services, most of us have grown accustomed to the convenience and peace of mind knowing that if something goes wrong, there's an app to help. That being said, you might want to think twice before accepting that next ride, because just like our next Reddit post, things aren't always as they seem. From a Reddit user. So I was home for the holidays and decided to go out with some friends one last time before going back to my college. We had a blast. But at around 1 a.m., I needed to get back to my dorm because I had an early class the next morning. The closest rideshare would cost about $30, which was a bit much for me. Since I'm still a broke college student, my friends tried to help, but none of them had enough to cover it, so I decided to suck it up and pay for it myself. I opened up the app and requested a ride. Within 2 or 3 minutes, a black sedan pulled up outside. I couldn't see the license plate from where I was, but it was a nice car. I checked the app again to make sure I was okay to get in the car. I saw the driver-s picture, and it matched the guy who was sitting in the driver-s seat. He was even holding up a sign with my name on it. I walked up to him and said hello. He responded, "Hey there, I'm here to take you home." I asked again just to be sure, and he confirmed that he was from the rideshare service. I got into the passenger seat, and he drove off. At this point, I felt completely fine and even a little bit relieved that it was such a nice car. The only thing was that I had specifically put in my PIN code for my dorm's address, but he was driving in the complete opposite direction. I didn't really think much of it, though maybe I had misread the address or something. About 10 minutes into the ride, I noticed that my phone had completely lost signal. I tried calling my friend to let them know that I had gotten a ride, but the call wouldn't go through. I checked the app and it said that the driver had accepted my fare and that we were en route to my destination. The route on the app also showed that we were still heading in the right direction. I figured it was just a glitch and decided not to worry about it. The ride continued on like this for about 5 more minutes until suddenly the car swerved onto a dirt road and into a dark forest. At this point, I started to panic. I checked the app to see how far away I was from my destination, and it said that we had 48 minutes to go. Are you serious? I thought. How long does it take to drive to the middle of nowhere? I tried calling my friend again, but it still wasn't working. That's when I noticed the driver had locked the doors. I immediately freaked out and started banging on the door, but he just kept driving. Finally, he stopped and turned to me and said, "It's gonna be faster if you just delete the app and stop recording." Confused, I asked him what he meant. He leaned over and said, "You're not gonna believe me, but it's faster if you stop recording and delete the app." I, of course, refused and continued to try and call my friend. He then pulled out his own phone, showed me the screen and said, "See? We're not on a rideshare app. You're not on a rideshare app either." It finally clicked in my head that he had somehow taken my PIN code and was pretending to be an Uber driver. He then turned back around and sped off into the darkness. To this day, I still have no idea what his intentions were. Was he gonna take me to some secluded cabin in the woods? Was he gonna hold me for ransom? Or was he just trying to scare me? To be honest, I'm still kinda scared to find out. This is genuinely terrifying. Sadly, this isn't even that rare of an occurrence. There have been many instances of people pretending to be rideshare drivers, abducting their unsuspecting victims. This is why it's so important to stay vigilant and aware of your surroundings, even when you think you're in a safe environment. Because in the end, it could very well be the thing that saves your life. Thanks for watching. Remember to stay tuned for more content.